Welcome to Lead Like a Girl, where we are empowering everyday women through our stories. I am your host, Jessica Smith, and I began this journey by sharing my life story. Now, I've joined forces with my longtime friends, Jamie and Corlin, to keep this party going. We met many years ago as young sales girls in our 20s, driven and quickly rising to the top of our industry. As the years went on, life happened, and we all found ourselves in new companies and completely different industries, still striving for success in it all. Career, family, faith, fun. Now, it wasn't easy, but we never stopped moving. Get ready for our real conversations, inspiring stories, and our big life lessons as we share it all. The good, the bad, and the funny. Welcome to Lead Like a Girl. Welcome to another episode of Lead Like a Girl. I am here with these two hot babes. I changed it up a little bit. Y'all like that, right?
Wow.
And
That went from 0 to 90. It's a Monday night and I'm a hot babe. I'll take it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen, ladies, it's the holiday season and it's going to be that. We're going to talk all things holidays from here on until after the holidays.
That might tune people out, for the record. Again.
It's fun. It's going to be different stuff, but it's going to be fun. And today, I'm so glad we're talking about pet peeves today because I'm such a pet peever. But speaking of pet peeves, I'm going to start by one that happened to me today. This is okay. So you call and I'm the person, and maybe this is a pet peeve of the person on the other phone, on the other side of the phone. So I'm the person that calls the bank and I'm on my walk with the dog. So I don't have my card. I don't have anything. Okay. And they're like, okay, I need to verify you. Now, I've been with the same credit union for 20 years. How many I need to identify you questions do we have to ask? How many can you guys take?
7.
This lady. So I say to her,
Tell me how many doors you had on the second house you lived in.
So first, I called her wanting her to do something for me. She asked me literally 10 questions and I said, okay, that's enough. Like, I am so sorry, but I've never heard of this. I don't know my member number. What's my member number? I know my account number. I know my
I'm sorry, you don't know your number? Okay. Well, tell me the day of the week your grandpa's brother was born on in 1973.
So your great uncle. Wait, what's his name? No, I had a notebook.
Also, what's the chemical composition of butter? Not margarine.
It's just one molecule different. We all know that.
The worst part about the story is it ends with, she finally asked me 21 questions. I finally had to, I finished, security, identifying myself. And then she says, oh, okay, just go online and log in and go under accounts and click on this and you'll see it right there.
You're like, I'm on a walk.
Walking.
I'm walking.
No, but not just that. You just gave me general information. I could have been anybody. You didn't do anything for me or give me any type of confidential information that was specific to me, Jessica Smith. I was like, you know what? Okay, thank you, ma'am. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day. I was pissed.
I hear you. You had to jump through all these hoops just to have her tell you, go onto the website and find your own information, you dumb broad.
All right. So that's one of my.
I do have to say, I got something with that because somehow this is probably horrible, but like on my laptop, my personal one, I had everything saved, which is probably terrible, right? Just like you can just click and log in. I know it's horrible, but somehow, no.
Next thing you're gonna tell me your password is 12345.
It's password 123. No, just kidding. But I somehow changed the security thing, and so now. And do you know how I did that? No, I don't. No one knows. But now every single time I log into every email, Facebook, Amazon, every single thing, it makes me re-sign in.
No.
Yes. No, it's been doing it for like 2 weeks. So every single thing.
That's a good one. So
this is a good challenge for you, Jamie, because now you have all of your passwords memorized. So in case of the zombie apocalypse, you'll be able to get into all your stuff. The rest of us are going to die.
No, Corlin, you know how we have a shared email for Lead Like a Girl? Have you guys noticed how many notifications you've gotten in the last 2
Yeah.
weeks? Uh-huh. Yep. Have you?
I'm like, somebody's trying to break into our email. They're not going to find anything.
Yeah. Have you been trying to log into your Facebook page from Jessup, Iowa? Yep, it's me. It's me every day, all the time.
Oh,
Just me.
I'm glad we're talking
Oh
about
my gosh.
I don't know, but I just feel like we probably share a lot of the same peeves. And here's the thing, is it me or around the holidays, they really kind of amplify these peeves, right? Because so I'm going to start off with really quick here. So your smallest but strongest holiday peeve. Give me a peeve around the holidays, something, and I'm going to give you an example. I am the worst rapper ever. And if I give you a gift and you comment on my rapping, really pisses me off.
Like, Jessica, I can see the gift in the hole that you didn't cover up.
That's a peeve. Like, don't I rap like, well, because I know I rap like a 3-year-old.
Wait, you're bad at rapping? Or
Yes.
you don't like it when you get a present that's wrapped?
No,
badly?
I'm bad at rapping. Therefore, I try to use bags, but don't freaking comment when I give you a gift on my rapping. That's a holiday peeve of mine because to me, like, what are you, like an ungrateful bee? Why are you commenting on my rapping? Don't do that. Anyway, well,
I wasn't prepared for this question, but what made me think of is around the holidays, around any entertaining, I would say one of my biggest pet peeves is when I'm hosting and I really don't care, for the record, other than when people bring stuff over to your house and then they pack up everything that they brought and take even the last beverage in the fridge and they take it with them.
Okay, you know what
It
that
just
is?
I don't even want your stuff, but I don't want you to take it home because I feel rude.
It's not even just rude. It is ghetto.
That's a bit ghetto. Yeah, no, truly. Yeah.
I hate it. And we have a couple, it just happens from time to time. And I don't know why I notice. Cause again, sometimes like the people that bring that are going to take their stuff home is stuff I don't want them to leave here anyway. So I should just move on with it. But when you notice people packing up the 3 leftover olives and then the 1 beer in the fridge and it's just like they're packing their own little to go. It just bothers because I always come and I bring enough to share, and it's kind of like I bring enough because I want whoever's hosting to say thank you, and you can think of me next week when you're drinking the rest of my White Claws in your fridge.
Exactly. No, exactly. Oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever even thought about like pet peeves for like,
oh, come on, think about it.
hosting.
Because
No, you guys,
if you don't have one.
I'm not, no, when you guys told me this afternoon, like, let's think of them, I had one written down on my piece of paper. I had to think of them all afternoon, but,
Wrote it down.
I know. I had to write
What
them
are
down.
you in the 90s?
I know. It's so dumb.
Using a
It's so
Post-it note and a pencil.
That's what I do.
You weirdo.
This,
Mine
I gotta I have to. I'm gonna make a post of what my notebook looks like because you guys, you're gonna love it for this thing. But now I'm all off. I'm completely off. I was gonna say the thing when people invite me over, my first question is like, what should I bring? So I think a little bit of my pet peeve is like when I'm not asked, like when you're hosting like a party or something, and I guess I assume someone's gonna ask me what should I bring. Of course, I'm not gonna.
I'm not going to tell you to bring anything.
You don't have to bring anything. I'll have everything, but I still kind of expect you to, if you don't, show up with some flowers, you know what I mean? Bring a bottle of wine. I don't know. And it's not really a pet peeve necessarily, but I just feel like manners in general.
We've gotten into things because just scheduling and stuff. We'll get invited. Sometimes we get invited last minute to a party or something, and my husband wants to go, and I'm like, well, we got to stop and get something. He was like, no, we don't. I'm like, we are not going to a party empty-handed.
Yes, you don't.
And he's like, he's not trying to be a cheapskate at all. It's just time-wise, and he's like, he wants to get there, and I'm like, well, we're not showing up without a thing, so we better at least. I think
that's it.
Stop at the gas station and get some Cheetos. I don't even care, like something.
Yeah. It's just you just don't. That's the manners thing. It's just you just don't show up empty-handed. I wouldn't say it's a pet peeve. It's just like, come on.
Yeah. No, hey, I hope our listeners are taking notes because there's somebody out there. and listen, And if you know those people, share this episode with them. You can kind of hint, like don't be that person to do that. But you just made me think of something when you said, so are you guys the people who, when someone says 6:30, like, are you there at 6:25? Are you there at 6:30? Or are you the 7 o'clock? Or are you the 8 o'clock people?
I'm always late. Sorry.
How late? That surprises me, Jamie.
I know.
So if somebody says their party
I
starts
know.
at 6,
I'm
if it's
usually-
a party, if it's like a social thing and it's not, we're having dinner, like sit down dinner, like I know it's just a
No,
social.
I'm talking about Christmas, Thanksgiving, like all these. We're eating. There's dinner.
No,
well, then I show up
then
at
I'm on
6:30.
time or early, or like I'm gonna be there to help you set up. No, that's good. But
Oh,
if
you're
it's like
the
a
early
general party, like
I'm not showing up early though, because that's annoying. I
Yeah,
can't.
no, don't
if
show up
I
early.
say 6:30 and you're at my house at 6 o'clock, I'm
no.
still sweating, trying to get my face on, and I just need 25 minutes to cool my face down so I can get ready. I will be ready at 6:30.
We had a barbecue here, and it was at, I want to say 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and we invited kids, friends, family, whatever, and we invited my significant other's parents, and his dad showed up 3 hours early. And he walks in, and I'm, guys, you know me, I was flustered. I've got barbecue, I've got salads, I'm cleaning, I'm frenzy of whatever. And he walks in, and I'm like, this starts at like 1. And
So that means he's there at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yes. And what?
So
and
early.
He sat on the bar stool next to like the island in the kitchen and sat down. And I was like, so that I gotta do stuff, right? It's like, what are you doing here 3 hours early? Yeah. Sorry. Maybe I'm gonna write that on my list. I'm sorry.
I do feel, for the record, I understand some of these things we're gonna talk about. I probably just need to chill out and not be such a psycho in some things. But you asked what are pet peeves, and we're gonna be honest, but also understand that it's a work in progress. We're working on it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because, when I think about the science behind this, okay, Jim, this is just a quick little thing. So pet peeves are small triggers that are tied to our values, our expectations, and our personal boundaries. Okay. Now that the psychology. So that you just mentioned what you did. And, it's just the way that it is. So what do you think?
That sums it up. Expectations, values, and boundaries. Those are the things that bother me when I have an expectation you're not meeting, annoyed. I have values that are not in alignment with you. And annoyed probably a little bit, like the manner situation. Right. And boundaries. One of my pet peeves, and this isn't holiday, but close talkers drive me absolutely nuts. If people are talking to me and they're close talkers, like if you're standing too close to me and you're trying to talk to me, like you're 6 inches from my face,
personal.
So I kind of just take a step, and I don't want to make a big deal, like get out of my face. I just take a step back. And sometimes people are close talkers, so then they step forward, and then we end up kind of waltzing around the room because I'm like trying to get away from you and you keep following me and I don't want to be rude.
I love it.
I take a step back and you step with me, and then, oh my gosh, it's horrible.
What you said, Jessica, is true. It's kind of like whatever your values are and like your boundaries are, and you kind of have to you have to know what yours are, but then you also have to be able to communicate what those are with other people in a respectful way that they know, so that they don't.
Yep. And listen, this comes from, this is again another, just my quick little research here. It comes from predictability plus control. We hate when things break our internal rhythm. That's all you, Core.
Wow, shots fired.
And me. Jamie, I think she's a little more tolerable of these type of things, or at least she appears to be from the outside.
I only had the one thing written down, girls, earlier.
Right? Yeah,
I got 4 down now.
And we can act like we don't care, but Will's always telling me like, really? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, well, then tell it to your face. So it's tough. It's tough. So 1 in 3 people say their pet peeves spike during the holiday season due to stress and overstimulation. So makes sense, right?
Did you look up any stats on like the most common?
I don't
Like
believe-
maybe during the holiday season or maybe in general? Like what are like the most common pet peeves?
Well, I think that people that are loud chewers are probably. And listen, okay. So if I really want to get on Will's nerves, I will eat sunflower seeds.
Oh my gosh.
I don't do it to get on his nerves. And I don't know, I eat sunflower seeds where I actually pop them in my mouth and then I take I don't know. I do. He says I do it in a weird way. He says that most people do it all in their mouth. They don't use their hands. So mine is a step-by-step process. I can't maneuver all of that in my mouth at the same time. So yeah, and he's like, it is the most annoying thing ever. So he would say that's a peeve. But when I'm at the dinner table, there are some people who will remain.
If you can't see us, she looked behind her back. Like who's behind me right now? So
that are loud chewers. And that is that really gets to me. And so that happens a lot during.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, holidays. We're eating together, right? So that should
have
come
those
up.
people in your family that are like just annoying eaters, or my brothers eat like animals. Like seriously, they know. I mean, if you take them to a nice restaurant, they know how to eat. But if you're just at home, they literally eat like animals. Like, what are we doing?
I would imagine though, like holiday season though, if you think about like the most common pet peeves, it probably is like eating habits is probably like you just said, it's probably late. Like people either being too early or too late, right?
Yeah.
People probably like not bringing anything or taking their what they brought home or however you worded that core. I mean, I would imagine those are probably pretty popular holiday pet peeves.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to the loud eaters. Funny story. I was sitting on the couch. This was several years ago, and I was eating chips or something like that. And my husband looks at me and he's like, "Why are you chewing so loud?" And I look at him and I'm so confused. And I said, "I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just eating." And he's like, "You chew so loud." And I looked at him. I'm like, "No, I don't." And I took a bite of a chip and I just feel like it's just the normal sound that I hear when I eat anything. And he's like, "Yeah, babe, that is so loud." I'm like, "No, it's not. I've never heard anybody tell me I chew loud at all." And he's like, "Well, they're just being really nice to you." So we actually got into he's like, "Do you want me to record you?" And I said, "Yes, I want you to record me." And so I ate a chip and he has a video of me eating this chip with my mouth shut, and it is so loud. It is so loud. You can see in the video, my face starts getting red, and you could almost see this like light bulb go off over my head. Like I had no idea. So ever since then, and when I'm out in a soul, I'm just like take a little tiny bite and just like almost like suck the chip so it's wet, so it's not crunchy
All
anymore.
I can imagine is you just like mouthing the chip, just like.
I have no idea. And then every now and then, like I'll be eating something and he'll look at me, like he'll give me a little side eye, like I can hear you chewing, and I'm like, I can't help it. I'm chewing like a lady with my mouth shut and little bites, and I don't know if my whole mouth is like an echo chamber where it's just like loud. I have no idea what it is.
Well, mine is, but like I said, it annoys me too.
Oh my
so,
gosh.
Jamie, this doesn't have to be holidays, okay? I really need to know. You have to have more. I mean, here's the thing. I think what I read is that our brain, the way our brain is wired, it rewards predictability. So the more used to that we are, right? And for me, we talked about this before. Everything is a process. I like processes. I love programs. I like for things to just be, this is the way we do it, and just do it that way because it makes sense. Yeah, routine. So anything that goes away from that, it's like it's an alarm system in our brain. And that's where it really irks us. And so I know that you have to have those. What are they?
It's just things, I love to host. So we're talking a little bit about holidays, right? So I love to host. And when I host things, I have my routine, right? And we just said that. So the my peace of mind is like I have a system of where everything goes and what everything, and so when someone disrupts my system, it's like nope, nope, you just
I know. What if I grabbed a stack of plates and napkins and put it at the other end of the counter?
that's not where it goes.
She would move it.
The plates go at the front of the buffet line, and then the food, and then the napkins and the forks go at the end because that's the flow that the thing goes. That's just the
Because it
way it
just
goes.
makes sense, right? Okay, so
So I wouldn't say it's a pet peeve necessarily, but it's like I
But
just
you're
have
not going to leave it.
no, no, I'm not going to leave it.
okay.
But it's not like it annoys me, but it's like I equate that. I think I've brought this up before, like, and I've learned that it's a control thing. It's right. I feel like I'm holding all the stuff, right? And if somebody wants to take like this one thing out of my hands, I'm gonna drop everything.
Yeah.
So I can't let go of that one thing, or else everything's gonna fall apart. So it's like, it's that.
Got
But yeah, it's like I've got a flow. I know what to do. And it's goes back to those memes you see where it's like, why are you in the kitchen? And why are you always in the spot that I need to be? And will you get out of the kitchen? Why are you standing in front of the drawer? I always need to be in front. Like,
Yeah.
just get out of here. Let me just do my stuff.
Right. Let me do it by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to pivot a little bit here because we're talking about pet peeves, but really what I want to really help people with today is all of this circles back to, hey girl, don't lose your shit during the holiday.
Yeah. Very
That's
much so.
overall
Yeah.
what I really want to help people do. And so we're talking about peeves, but I also want to talk about some other areas around the holidays that I'll call holiday amplifiers and how we can avoid them and how we can deal with them. So I'm going to use an example of Black Friday. Okay. So for me, crowds and crazy parking and long lines, I don't have a lot of patience. So for many, many years, I can't even remember the last Black Friday that I participated in. And listen, there could be the greatest deal ever. I'm just not going to participate because I need to really, really make sure, especially this season, because I'm already batshit crazy right now. I don't need any amplifiers around the holidays. Like I don't. So I am making sure two things that I avoid things that I know are going to trigger my mental space and my peace. And then the second piece is when those things are not controlled and then people are just doing things and I find myself in these situations that I didn't ask for, how am I reacting? How am I getting myself back to my peace? I want to touch on that a little bit. So let's start with what are those amplifiers, I'm going to call them for you guys, and how are you avoiding them in the holiday season right now?
I think that brings me to one of the things that I wrote down afterwards, and it's a bit off, but I think it relates. And one of the things I wrote down was just kind of hating on your family a little bit, kind of the talking, the gossipy, the talking behind your back type stuff, and the hating on things. And you kind of mentioned that when you're like, okay, I'm just batshit crazy right now, and I'm doing the Black Friday shopping, and these things are going on, and I just think that like this type of season, the best way for us to all survive
Yeah.
is to just, oh my gosh, Corlin is always saying this, like give each other some grace. Like, just, you know what? We're all nuts right now. Like
Everybody's
all of us
nuts.
are, right? So you just got to like relax for a second and go, I'm acting nuts because I need the plates to be in this spot. And Jessica's acting nuts because she needs to get the shopping done. And Corlin's acting nuts because she's got family over or whatever the case is. I just think that the first step, really, no matter what, is just to say, whatever, we're all together.
Yeah.
We're all together and we're going to figure this out and just have a little bit of grace and eat some food and make a plan and whatever, make a list of what we're going to tackle. You know, if it's that Black Friday shopping and you go, I'm going to take this store, you take that store. And if we have to fight at the end of the night, but 3 minutes later, we're going to, you know, divvy up those Black Friday deals, then that's what we do.
Yeah,
That's what we do, you know?
listen, here's what I heard, and this is what I'm going to note right now is give grace. And
That's it.
that kind of hit me today too, because another peeve of mine is being late to a meeting. And I have found myself with a group of people that are just busy. And today they were 6 minutes late for a meeting, and I was about to freaking break a window. And someone else was just like, well, sometimes you got to give grace. And it hit me in that moment. And it's like, you know what? I think I need to be aware that I'm probably extra sensitive right now to those things that already irk me. And my response was, yes, you're right. I do. And that's what I need to do right now. But if this is the fifth meeting with these same people and they're always late, you're not respecting my time. And
yeah, there's a difference. Yep.
Right. But I'm still taking away, I need to give grace more now in this season than I maybe normally would.
And everyone's going through all that stuff, right? Every single one of us has like this added stress.
Yeah.
Because all of us
there's also this component
scrambling.
of, we all know that this is coming up. And I think we've said a lot that you need to give yourself margin for the unexpected and all the things. But in that same breath, Christmas time, Thanksgiving, holidays, they show up on the same day every year. So if you know that things are going to bother you, then be on the ball and prepare for the things that you can prepare for as much as you can. You don't have to go crazy, or maybe you do if this thing keeps surfacing and you feel stressed at the same thing every single time.
Yeah.
But do the things that you can do to prepare. So for example, if I get crazy because I don't want to go last minute shopping because everybody in the store is wackadoo, well, don't do last minute shopping then. Figure out another time or go late at night one night during the week and don't do it the day before Christmas or whatever the case may be. There's a planning part and a responsibility piece of
that's in your control.
Yeah, that's in your control.
I love that.
Yeah.
So here's another amplifier. If you guys can't think of one, if you can think of one, but if not, money. There's a lot of people, including myself, that this holiday season is very different financially than other holiday seasons. And so we got to listen, if you're the person who always gives gifts and spends a lot and gives your kids all these expensive gifts, and maybe this year things are a little tight, don't let it drive you crazy. Just be okay with not doing all the things. Be okay with not being the person who gets everybody extravagant gifts. Be okay with that. Otherwise, that's going to be an amplifier for you if you're in that situation.
Well, and there's opportunities to be able to think about it in a different way. You can just decide, hey, this is a Christmas where we're going to serve other people. So we're going to do extra volunteering. This is going to be our movie. So maybe you go to the movies or you rent movies or something like that. Or this is the season of baking. So we're all going to learn how to bake grandma's pies or whatever it is. But you can claim the holiday to be a different thing. And I think society, and broadly, our family in general, is just trying to move away from this whole commercialization of Christmas anyways. And so let's do something different outside the box that doesn't revolve around spending thousands of dollars on stuff, to be honest, my child does not need.
Yes.
Like, he needs a relationship with grandma and a relationship with uncles. He doesn't need another Nerf gun.
Right. I agree.
I think back to like even my childhood and like, you guys, my family went Christmas caroling, like literally.
We talked about this before. It's crazy.
Yes. So, but my
family was buying kids drinking games accidentally.
I know. It was like we would go through like the retirement home and give the folks candy canes as we Christmas caroled through the retirement home. Yes, my family did that. But to be honest, I remember that, and I will tell you about that more than any gift. I don't ever remember any gift I ever got for Christmas. That's the stuff that I remember. So I think that the experiences, and I think that when we talk about that, and I know that it sounds like this kind of a little bit of a cliche sometimes, but it truly is, spending time together and making whether it be making food, or it's doing that, you know cutting down the Christmas tree in the ditch, Jessica, or it's it truly can be that the experiences, or baking grandma's cookies or whatever. Those are the things that I think the family does, and the friends too. Those are the memories, it's
Right.
it's really not the gifts. And again, that might sound a little bit cliche, but that's what it is.
Right.
And it is sometimes just like everybody gets in the freaking pajamas and throws blankets on and watches a Christmas movie, or doesn't even have to be, and it's not, I keep saying Christmas, but it's holidays, it's all the holidays. So, I mean, we've tried to get away from like just get, monetary gifts in general.
Yeah.
But I just remember like the girls several years ago got into, I think it was during COVID, they got into knitting, when all of us couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do we do from home? So, an origami and like stuff where it's like we can't go anywhere or do anything. So what can we make from home? Just, embracing the creativity, like we talked about in 2 episodes ago with the
Well, and it's hard.
lessons for kids. Yeah.
It's hard to make that transition when you're so
It
used to it.
is.
But
Yeah.
easy one too is, I know once our family got to a point where they were so big, we stopped the gift giving and we went to doing a grab bag, or I'm sorry, the like Secret Santa.
Yeah.
And that made it a big difference because it was
Because then you just have to
a
buy
lot.
one thing
You,
versus
exactly.
Right.
So that is my favorite that I would recommend is once your family's gotten so big. In our family, we cut kids off at 18. Like after that, like that's not, it's for the smaller kids. So that's a good one. What about, and this is my last one, I'll wrap this up, is for people who travel. Like that's a lot. I feel like that's an amplifier, whether it's a road trip or whether it's, and I'm thankful that we usually don't do any of those around the holiday. And the reason we don't is because, again, I know those are triggers and amplifiers, whatever you want to call it for me.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to remove that piece. Now, not very many people are going to go that far, but what are some helpful ways to really not go crazy and stress if you're traveling, whether that be a road trip or traveling in an airport?
again, try to prepare. Don't overpack. When you're going on a road trip, it's really easy. I swear to goodness, every time we go on a road trip, it looks like we're going to be moving. We
Yeah.
pack so much stuff, and it's stressful trying to get all the stuff. It's like you don't want to forget anything, but a lot of times we're going an hour away to my mom's house and we have an SUV full of stuff for a night, so,
Mm-hmm.
and the same thing in having to check a bag versus take a carry-on
Mhm.
changes the entire travel experience, in my opinion. If I've got to stand in 2 lines to get through the airport, it's just frustrating. So if you can, try to consolidate and bring a checked, like just do your carry-on and skip the check bags, I feel like is a time saver and a stress saver just in that.
Yep.
Yeah. I didn't live, so I grew up in Iowa, and I did not live in Iowa for about 20 years and have 3 daughters and had to travel for holidays for literally 20 years. So, there are a couple things I would say are tried and true pieces of advice. One is, I know you want to bring the holiday to home. I
Yeah.
know you want to bring everything home, and you want to have your holiday with your kids, and you want to bring all the stuff to your moms or your dads or your grandparents or whatever, but it is too hard. So just have your holiday at home and then go to your family and have your second holiday.
You're saying like
Trust
don't bring
me.
all your Christmas presents for the kids
Do
for
not
Christmas
bring-
morning
do
to
not
grandma's
bring
house.
Yeah.
Santa's stuff and your stuff and all your things to your parents' house and try to do everything at your parent. It's just ridiculous. Just don't do it. I tried it many times. It's just don't.
Right.
It's too much.
Do
It's
it.
too much. Please
Yeah.
try
No,
lesson learned. Just don't do it. It's too much to do. And then the other thing is, flying is, Corlin, great tip with carry-on, but if it's logistically possible, driving versus flying is actually probably a little bit easier if you've got more than one child. If you've
or
got
if
like
your trip is under, I would say if your trip is like
a
5 hours,
couple hours of driving, if you could do like a couple hours drive versus, it's just a little easier to, if you're getting sent home with a bunch of, jars of salsa or jam, or you're getting sent home with a bunch of stuff, and you don't have the means to like bring a carry-on. So I know those are like really practical tips, but those are just things that like I've learned, just like have your Christmas at home and then do Santa and all the stuff at home, and then, go to grandparents. And then if it's logistically possible, like, drive if you can instead of fly, it's a little bit easier to do the travel that way. I just have to add one more thing because it was literally the only pet peeve that I put on my list. And that is, I'm very impatient. I'm really impatient, but the only thing I have patience for is when the plane lands. Just sit in your seat and don't get up as soon as it lands, because you just have to wait for everyone to get off the plane anyway.
I secretly just chuckle inner because I always I like a window
Just
seat.
sit down.
And the plane lands and everyone's trying to stand up, and then they have to stand huddled because they're too tall to stand up in the
Why
aisle.
are you
They just
standing?
I'm like,
You're
what
still
are you in a hurry
waiting.
for? Nobody's even up
Nobody-
yet. The door's not even open.
and every now and then someone just almost knocks themselves out by
Yes.
hitting their head, and I just
Yeah.
bust out laughing every time
I know.
because it's like,
That was literally
that's what you get. What are you doing? But listen,
That's the only thing I put.
I don't want to leave this episode without saying this, that please understand, when you come to someone's house, hey, they may be like Jamie and they say, how can I help? And she's really genuinely means, I got it, because she wants all her stuff. But in most cases,
There's
especially,
a compliment in there somewhere, Jamie. You just gotta
Yeah, sorry.
dig for
Yeah,
it a little bit.
I know. I'll find it. I'll find it somewhere.
but most of the time, when everybody's done and the kitchen is just a mess and the house is a mess, can you please not be that lazy ass person who just sits there, watches TV, falls asleep, gets up, makes sure to go play, just like wash something, like wash one pot, one dish, one spoon, something, please.
That's very much appreciated.
I kind of wonder,
even for the
though,
control freak.
I feel like the person that you're talking about, Jess, I'm just throwing this out there. I don't think they listen to our podcast. That's not our demographic of people.
Well,
we need to be telling our listeners it's okay for you to take a chill because you already did 5,000 things the day. You can sit your butt down and encourage your sweet little husband to bring you a cup of coffee.
I don't
That's
know.
what I would
Maybe
say.
they will. But I beg to differ. So hopefully there's one perspective that's like, oh shit, that's me. And then they're like, I come in and they just wash all the dishes. I don't know. I'm going to throw it out
I
there.
hope so. I hope
But
so.
I just want to just close with just rattling off some quick lessons that I think that we learned, or throw it out there. Self-awareness is a gift. We're talking about holidays. Self-awareness is a gift. Noticing your pet peeves help you understand your boundaries. So I think that's a great takeaway. People aren't intentionally annoying us most of the time. Even when I know they're annoying us. And your fuse is shorter when you're tired, cold, or broke, especially in December. Okay?
Yeah.
So again, know this about yourself. Laughing about your triggers actually diffuse them. So let's try to laugh about them more.
Yep.
I think that's so true. Thank you, Jamie. Like, give other people grace, give yourself grace, and give people space. That I think was something that really registered. And here, Jamie, you're going to love this one. Hydrate, moisturize, breathe, and just avoid the mall on Saturdays. So I'm going to end with that. Listen, I hope that this was helpful for our listeners, that they got one thing that can really just help them stay in their peace. That's what I want our focus just to be for the end of the year, is how we can help people. I'm trying to stay in my peace, y'all. I really am. And I thank you, because every Monday, this really is an outlet for me. I'm not talking to my therapist right now. So this has really just been very helpful.
The bill's in the mail. Just
Right.
keep it.
Here, share this episode, Lead Like a Girl Lab on YouTube, subscribe and share, leave us a message, give us a good rating, follow us on Facebook and on Instagram and on TikTok. And again, we love hearing your feedback, and let us know what you want to hear about next. So we're out until next week. Have a good one.
Bye, guys.